Hey everybody. I felt after yesterday watching everyone do the study guide, I felt some of us are really getting a hold of this, hang of it, and some of us needed some more practice. And given the difficulty level of the test, I think it's important that we go over everything. And you also have this video to watch at home if you want to study before the test to make sure that you have everything down. So the first problem on all the study guides and on the test requires you to either find the perimeter or the area of a triangle. So in order to do that, we need to get the different side lengths. So the three side lengths are AB. So go ahead and write that down, AB, AC, and BC. And we need to show how we find those distances. So to start with AB, we know that we can't count diagonally by ones. So we have to create a right triangle and use the properties of the Pythagorean theorem to solve for the missing side. So we can count by ones vertically, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can count horizontally as well, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we know that this then would be the hypotenuse. So we would know that 4 squared plus 6 squared is equal to c squared. And then essentially we would have 16 plus 36 is equal to c squared, and then we would get 52 is equal to c squared. Now, I saw some people with 52 the other day, and it's important to use common sense here. If this is 4 and this is 6, there's no way this is going to be 52. So the answer is the square root of 52, and we want to round to the nearest tenth. So if you plug that into a calculator, I do believe that you are going to get that AB is equal to 7.2. And now we got our first one. And now we're going to go ahead, let's go for actually BC. So when I draw my triangle for this one, I go like this. And as I start to mark my sides, I can see again it's a 4 by 6 triangle. So it has to also be the square root of 52. Which, as we determined, was 7.2. And then from here, we are going to get BC. So that triangle is this one, where we have a 2 by, let's see, that's 2. The whole thing is 10. So we would have 2 squared plus 10 squared is equal to c squared. And then we would have 4 plus 100 is equal to c squared. And then we get c squared is 104. And then if you take the square root of that and round to the nearest tenth, I do believe you get 10.2. And now we would just add them together. 7.2 plus 7.2 is 14.4. Plus 10.2 is 24.6. So you would write the perimeter. If you really want to impress me, you go the perimeter of ABC is equal to 24.6, and this is your shown work over there. Okay, next one, classify the triangle above as scalene, isosceles, or equilateral. These are all referring to its sides. And then it goes on to say acute, right, or obtuse, or equiangular. So those are referring to its angles. So what we did up here is we determined that this was 7.2 and this was 7.2. So it says use your choices using slope, distance, or the Pythagorean theorem. So through the Pythagorean theorem above, I've shown my work that AB is equal to, I actually have these two switched. AC, the long one, is 10.2. And then BC is the shorter one, 7.2. So we know that AB and BC are equal to 7.2, which makes this isosceles. So if you think back, isosceles is a shape that is a triangle with 2 congruent sides, no congruent sides, and equilateral, of course, is 3 congruent sides. Now we have to talk about the angles. So we have acute, right, obtuse, or equiangular. We know it's not equiangular because if it was, all 3 sides would be 7.2. And since this one is 10.2, it can't be that one. So we are going to have to prove it's either acute, right, or obtuse. So when I was looking at these slopes up here, and I noticed the slope of this line is 4 up and 6 over. So I would say that the slope of AB is equal to 4 over 6, and then the slope of BC is -6 over 4. And this shows me right here, with this kind of relationship with opposite reciprocals, shows me that AB is perpendicular to BC, and therefore it is a right triangle. So I proved it's right, and I proved that it is isosceles. Okay, we're going to make a new video for the next ones.